Okay, welcome America, welcome India, and welcome Taylor Swift. We are going to be reviewing properties of a rectangle. I think that's what we're going to be doing in this video. So we're going to start with applying what we just learned about rectangles. So we have, find the measure of each of the missing angles. They've given us this 62 degrees. Okay, so and we have to find 1, 2, and 3, but we're just going to go ahead and fill them all in just to make sure we're comfortable with finding all these angles. This 62 degrees, this angle here, is the same as this one over here, 62. Boom. So we already have one. Okay, what's another angle that we could get right away because we know this is a rectangle? What are the measures of all the interior angles of a rectangle? Have to be 90 degrees. This part of the angle is 62. So what's the rest of it?
Uh, 28.
Okay, this angle has to be 28 degrees, which makes this one 28. I'm getting somewhere. Okay, what else do we know?
Rectangles are congruent.
Sorry?
Rectangles are congruent.
The diagonals are congruent.
Diagonals.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we just learned it, Now, we could take this, if this was on a piece of paper, we could fold it over and have it be identical on the other side, right? So it's symmetric. So the measure of this angle is 28, so this one has to be 28, and this has to be 62. 62, 28. Okay, so now, how are we gonna get the measure of these interior angles, or I shouldn't call them interior angles, these angles here? Let's start with this triangle right here. It's a triangle. Sum of all the interior angles in any triangle adds up to, America? 180. 180. So if this angle is 62 and this angle is 62, what's the measure of angle 4 have to be?
56.
Okay, these are vertical angles. Vertical angles are created when you have lines that intersect. These are congruent, so this angle also has to be 56 degrees, and that makes sense because 62 plus 62 plus 56 adds up to 180. Now we could find angle 5 the same way with the 28s. Perfectly fine to do, okay? Or we have another option. We know that a straight line, these angles right here are supplementary. Supplementary angles add up to what?
90.
Supplementary angles. So if I have a straight line, how many degrees is that? That's halfway around a circle, right? 180. So if I have two angles together that make the 180, we know one's 56. What does the other one have to be? 124. And then you want to check it. Does 124 plus 28 plus 28, does that add up to 180? All right. So this one has to be 124. And I think we're good now. That's a 56. And that's it. And just fill them in. Any questions? Anyone still writing? I'd like to go to the next slide because my video is only 4 minutes long right now. Okay. Erase. Classify the figure to the left using the most specific classification possible. Okay. The diagonals bisect each other, wouldn't you say? meaning this, this diagonal has been cut perfectly in half, right? So we know it's a parallelogram. It's also a quadrilateral. I wouldn't want to write quadrilateral or parallelogram to classify this figure because even though it is a quadrilateral and it is a parallelogram, it's not the most specific name for this figure. When they use the word classify, they want the most specific name for the figure. Okay? They've also told us that this diagonal here has been bisected, but look, they're all the same length, which means that the diagonals are the same length, which makes it a what? We just learned this. The diagonals are the same length, means that all the angles are 90 degrees, so it's a rectangle. Rectangle. They haven't told us that all the sides are the same, so we don't know it's a square. So we have to go with rectangle. Rectangle it is. And I think my video is complete. Yes, it is.